Hello and welcome to today's Getting Started webinar. My name is Carlos Andres. I am a customer success engineer here at ShareFile. I'll let Alexis introduce himself.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexis. I'm a customer success engineer for ShareFile, and thank you all for being here.
Today, we'll be going over some of the basics to get familiar with login and carrying out some of the essential functions ShareFile has to offer. We'll go over logging into your ShareFile account, exploring your dashboard, navigating folders, and understanding the user interface, sending and requesting files, managing folder access and permissions, recycle bin, how to delete and restore, filebox, how to request and move, sending documents for e-signature, adding employee users, and adding client users. Okay, so let's demo. All right, so let's start from the beginning. In this case, I'm an employee and I just received in my inbox a notification to activate my account. What I can do is I can click on activate account and the system is going to show the information entered. You can change, edit, and just confirm that everything is as it should be. After reviewing information, you can go ahead and click continue. The system will request you to create your password. Please just make sure to follow these instructions and click create password. Once you sign in, this is going to be this account main view. This notification is for you to register to our webinars. Let me show you how this dashboard looks like and what it offers. You can access to any recent file from here. Under shortcuts, you can have direct access to share files, to request files, to your personal folders, to shared folders, favorites, feedback, and approval. You can send from signature, you can create templates, and you can start creating projects from here. Under tutorial, we have different levels. You can check getting started, you can check basic, advanced, and our share file apps tutorials. You can also edit how this dashboard looks. You can add, for example, favorites, and you can drag and drop each box at your convenience. Okay, let's go over folders. So once you have your dashboard as needed, I need to start creating folders. You can create your personal folders by clicking here. There you can see a plus sign that you have all these options. You can upload files, you can create, you can request files, you can create documents, and all these below options. But I need to create a folder, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. You can name this folder. Well, let's call it client one. You can add details as needed. You can add people to folders right away. You can also apply templates, but in this case, I just need to create a folder. Now, the system is going to ask you, okay, you created this folder. What would you like to drop over here? So let me go ahead and start adding files. You go ahead and click on Browse Files. You go over to the file that you need to upload, and there it is. So let's go ahead and add a client. This is client one, so I'm going to add client one user. By clicking Add People to Folder, you can add this user you can see the folder permissions here. You can give Delia, this is by default. She's going to have access to view, to download, to upload, but you can also grant permissions to delete or to become an admin. You can also enable these folder alerts, select or unselect these two options to notify the added user. So yes, I want Delia to know that I just added her to my folder. And in case you create subfolders, you can apply all these settings to these subfolders, so you don't have to do it again. Let's just click on add. Great. You can also come over and change all these permissions from here. So let's go over the items. Let's go back to items. I have this file and I need to share this file with my client, Delia. Click on share. You can add more items if needed. You can create a link, or you can just go ahead and send to specific people. You can change the way the recipients will sign in. For example, you can grant access for them just to view or to download if needed. You can change the access expiration as needed. You can require these recipients to sign in or just um, enable this option so they can access without signing in. And you can also add a watermark in case if they download the file, so you don't want that to be printed, so it will be printed with a watermark just for security. You can also activate these notifications. You can be notified when this file has been accessed, and you can get a copy of this email too. So let's go ahead and click on save to these options. I want to share this with Delia, and I can add a message to Delia. Once you are ready, you can just go ahead and click on send. The system will let you know that that this notification was sent. This is for sharing. Now, request if you want to request a file, you can just go ahead and click on the plus sign and select the option that says request file. So the file location will be client one. You can go ahead and send to a specific people. In this case, I want Delia to share something with me. You can add a message as detailed as needed and just proceed with the request notification. Navigate under shared folders, and you can create just like we did under personal folders. You can create folders, you can add files under shared folders are more managed under folder admins, but the menu options are the same. Let's review favorites. For example, let's go back to personal folders. I have this specific file that I want to select as favorite by clicking this star. So you can find this file in specific under favorites. In case you are working on this, you can find it directly, saving time going over all the personal folders and finding the file that you're looking for. Let me explain you how recycle bin works. If you need to delete the file that you share with Delia, you can just go ahead and access to the folder, to the main folder. You can click on this box to select the file that you want to delete. Click on more and select the option delete. Now we can go to our recycle bin. And just to let you know, you have 45 days. After 45 days, this file will be permanently deleted. You can also have the option to do it right away, and you have the option to restore the file. This file is going to be found under the main folder that you added at the beginning and where you deleted it. Okay, let me explain a little bit about Filebox. Filebox is where you can store files, or you can create see, you can upload and you can request files directly to this Filebox, but please keep in mind that any file stored over here will be deleted after 180 days. But I'm gonna send a request file, and I want to show you how to move files from here to a more permanent um, way to keep them, for example, under folders. Let me go ahead and request a file from Delia. The option here will be sent to specific people. Look for the user that you want to request this file. You can always change these options to require these recipients to sign in or not. You can change the access expiration and the notifications. So let me go ahead and click on request. I just received a notification that Delia uploaded the requested file. So let me go ahead and refresh. And there it is. Now, if I leave this file here, will be deleted after 180 days. So in this case, let me show you how to move this file from Filebox to another, let's say to our personal folders under client one. So you click on move, and then you select what would you like to move it under personal folders, under client one main folder, and click move. As you can see, it was completely removed from Filebox, so we can go to our personal folders. We look for the main folder, and we're going to find um, this file saved here. Okay, so that's the end of my demo. Let me turn it over to Alexis. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andres. So to start here, I will share my screen so we can jump immediately to how to add a client and how to add an employee user. On the left column of your screen in ShareFile, you'll see several options. You will look for the option that says people. So let's click on people. Also, you can follow along with me. So first, I will browse and add a client, right? So I will do it from Manage Users Home. I will create a client, and this is going to request some information from me, right? But I have several clients, so I don't want to do it one by one. I want to do it all at the time. So here we have need to import multiple users with Excel. Let's click on here. So the step one is going to ask me to download a template or template. Let's click on template spreadsheet. This will download a template for me to check and add the information of multiple clients. So let's click on this and look for the information here. Okay. Remember to always click on enable editing so you can edit this. this is going to request from us the email address, the first name, last name, and the company, right? I already have one prepared here, so I will use this one. Okay, I will go back to ShareFile. The step 2 is going to ask me to upload the file. So I will look for the file, choose File. I will go to Downloads and Add Users. Click on Open, Import Users. So instead of doing it one by one, I did all of the time, you can do it up to as many customers as you have. You can do it adding their information on the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, great. So now I can assign folders to these specific clients if you already have a folder selected. So let's go and select the folder. I will go to my share folders and document test, right? So next we will set the permissions, but I will skip this to keep all my options open. I will add this if I want. I already have a distribution group. If you have a specific distribution group in which you want to add these clients to, you can do it. For example, I can add them to the test group that I have. Click on cancel. I don't have to do it right now. And also, you can copy folder access from existing user, right? If you already have a client, for example, and you want this other client to have the same permissions on the specific folders, we can do it here, okay? We can do it either type in the email address of the customer, or we can do it from the address share books. We have personal address book and the share address book. Okay, I will add these permissions. I will click on copy. And I will create and continue. Now, once we have done this, we can notify the clients that they have been added to our ShareFile account. You can modify this message or leave it as it is. So I will leave it as it is and ask to send me a copy of this. So I will notify these clients. Now, in this icon, I can modify some of the information of the clients. So let's click on this so you can take a look how to modify some of the information of these clients, right? We have activity and security alerts. We have basic information, some actions that we can change. If you have any questions regarding this, you can ask in the Q&A and we're going to be able to answer those questions. Okay, now, great. That's how we add clients. Now, let's follow a similar process with employees. So I will click, let's click here, create employee. And this time I will do it one by one. So the first name will be my name, and I will use one of my email address to add a client. Okay. Now, as you can see, we have user settings here. We have user access. So let's click here. And we can check several of the permissions that we can specifically add to this employee. So for example, this employee is going to manage company account info. So they can edit account appearance, access reporting, view notification history, configure single sign-on settings. Okay, they will also manage folder templates. we can skip this one for now, and we can assign folders to this employee. So I will assign a folder to this employee, the document test. I will set the permissions for this specific folder. We have the view permission, download permissions, download alerts, upload alerts. They can delete, and they will be an admin. Now, in ShareFile, you will find these question marks that will help you out to understand how some of the settings works. Great. Now, let's click on Done and create and continue. Now, again, it will prompt me to a message. We can modify this message, leave it as it is. I will leave it as it is. I will notify this employee that there has been added to our account. Awesome. With this, we finished how to create a client and employee user on ShareFile. Now, let's jump on how to create a template for signature. So on the left column again, let's click on Templates, Create. Let's click on Document Template. And you can drag files here or browse files. I will browse files. It can be from ShareFile or from computer. I will do it from the computer. Okay, I will go to my desktop and I have a test document here. So I will click on Open. This will load the file into ShareFile and the templates. It's going to take a minute. There you go. Now, we can add signer roles, right? So I can make a role for each person that is signing the document. So remember, this is a template. So if you have a contract that you need to sign yourself, and also a client, you can select client. I will add another role with the name of employee. Now, remember, you can set the signer sequence. So you can choose who is going to sign first. So if I click on this, I can move it around to check who is going to sign first. So I want this time to be the client who is going to sign first. Okay. So next step, place fields. Let's click on here. And on the left side, we will see a drop-down menu to interchange between client and employee. So I will add the information for the client. So I will need a signature, initials, and a date. Now, for the employee, I will need the same information. Signature, initials, and date. Great. Once we find this, we will click on next step. Enter the template name. So this time it's going to be contract test and a description. Now we have security options. Again, we have this check mark that will say what is needed here. So I will show you an example of how it looks. I will add a passcode here if I need to. And the recipient must enter a 5-digit passcode to access the documents. I will show later how it looks. I will save the template here. And I can send a signature request. Okay. So this is the template with the information I created. Let me close this to open this up from our signatures part. So on the left side, let's click on signatures and create a signature request. We can either send for signature, bulk send, sign yourself. I will do it this time, send for signature. Okay, I'm going to click on browse files. I can either do it from ShareFile, from computer, or I can use a template. I already have a template, so I will use a template here. Let me click on contract test. Now, it will ask me for some information. So the name of the client. This time it's going to be one of my test accounts, and it's going to prompt me some information that I already have in my share address book. I will click on this one, and it's going to fulfill the information of the email automatically. Now, employee is going to be one of my other accounts. For demonstration purposes. So let's click on the next step. Now, we can choose the storage location for signed document. We can edit this. I will choose share documents, document test. I will select this folder. We can edit the security options. We can add a passcode. Here, generate new passcode if you need to. This time, I don't need it, so I will skip this. But this is how you can add a passcode to add another layer of security on your signature file, document template. So the expiration, we can set it by default at 30 days. It could be 1 day or up to 365 days. So this time I will leave it as default for 30 days. So I will send the signature request. Okay, so in a minute, I should receive an email asking for the signature. So let me refresh this page. So as you can see, this is the file that I created, and the status is in progress. Signature submitted, 0 from 2. We can click to preview again. We can remind the client to sign the document, and a reminder is going to be sent to the customer. Okay, let's go back here. Let me refresh this to see if we already received the signature. There you go. So I will click on this and click on review and sign document. Great. So now I can add the signature here, add the initials, and add the date. Now, once I have fulfilled the information, I'll click on submit signature. Click on submit. Now, I will go back to ShareFile. We'll refresh this page and check if the signature has been submitted. So one of the signatures has been submitted. Now, for the sake of time, I will click on Force Complete, and this will complete the document. Okay, before doing this, let me click on this, Force Complete. Okay, let me check here. I will go back and view the document that I have signed. Here it is. And very important, the signature certificate. Now, if something happens with this specific file, you have a reference number. These reference numbers, you can contact technical support with this reference number, and they can help you out if something it's not working correctly. If it's any of the signatures is not being processed, you can contact technical support with this reference number. Now, as you can see, I have all the information that we need for a legal digital sign, signature, and I will go back to ShareFile. Now, since I forced this to be completed, the status of the document will show as completed. Now, that will be it from the part of signatures. Now, I also want to show you how to reach our help center here in ShareFile. So let me go back here. So we go to sharefile.com. We go to resources, and we will go to help center. You can either look for certain information. I have some information here, how to create a new folder, upload documents, how to upload files to ShareFile. ShareFile for Outlook has part and exception, how to share a file. Here we have the getting started, the community, some product documentation, and the status page. Now, always at the bottom right, you will see a button that says chat with us. So you can contact technical support if you're facing a technical issue. Okay, so I will do a quick demo here. I will click on technical support. I can choose any of the options that I have here. If it's something else, I will click on something else. And you can either search knowledge base or transfer to a live agent. This will prompt you to another screen that will ask you some of your information, and then it will connect you to a live agent if you need to. Also, on ShareFile, let's go to dashboard. We have on the bottom right our resource center. We have what's new. Let's click on here. And here you will have all the news updates from ShareFile. We are constantly updating the information here, so you can always check what's really new on ShareFile. So that's going to be it from my side. Thank you so very much for joining.